Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Brooklyn Technical High School Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. We are really excited you were here. Before we get started, we do have a few housekeeping items to note. First, if you have any questions at all, feel free to submit those using the Q&A button, where you can type in your questions to the presenters at any time. They are here, ready and available to answer your questions. Your camera and microphone are off. You are muted and your video is off. The panelists can't see or hear you. There are more sessions happening. This is one of many college presentations being offered, so feel free to sign up for more at the same place where you signed up for this one. And lastly, all sessions are being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Brooklyn Tech. We are currently in session B2. Where my mouse is circling at the moment. And this is also the same order of presentations. So without further ado, I'll get out of the way and introduce our first representative from Babson College.
Hi, everybody. It's really nice to meet you. Give me 1 second while I share this button. All right. Again, hello, my name is Fong. I am one of the assistant directors here at Babson College in the undergraduate admissions office. So Babson College, we are an all business school located just 30 minutes outside the city of Boston. Here you can see campus. This is primarily where most of our students live, and we are a primarily residential campus community. You can see that it's a really beautiful, bright, sunny day with a lot of quad area space for our students to just hang out. But when you think about Babson, there's so many different things to think about. So when you're understanding kind of the Babson curriculum and what it means to be an all business school, it's hard to not put Babson and entrepreneurship together. So we are a huge school for entrepreneurship. And what that means for us is that you don't actually have to start a business to be an entrepreneur. So you can see the students in the space here. And essentially what entrepreneurship means to us is really thinking outside the box, students doing things in a different way that hasn't been done before, and really trying to reinvent the wheel to make things a little bit easier, a little bit better for humankind or an everyday practice that people are generally very accustomed to. We have been #1 for entrepreneurship for the past 24 years. And to us, this ranking is really important to us because it really shows that we have really taking the word entrepreneurship in our curriculum and really mastered it in a way that our students are really utilizing not only on our campus, but also in the outside world in their everyday careers. But to get a little bit more into the nitty-gritty of what it means to have a Babson education. So realizing that we're our business school, we really want to make sure that students have a well-balanced education as well. So 50% of your classes will be in liberal arts, and the other 50% of your classes will be in business. So for the business classes, you can expect to take accounting, micro, macro, business law, marketing, finance, and while taking all those classes, the other half, you're taking your usual English classes that you can expect to take at most institutions while you're in college. So while you're building a really important, strong foundation in business, you're also really understanding how to be a critical thinker, critical writer, but also what it means to utilizing both kind of areas, whether it's reading and writing, but also the math side of business as well. We don't do majors or minors, we do something called a concentration. And essentially that just means that you get to be as specific as possible within an area of industry or field that you want to go into. So whether you want to study finance as a whole or get into super niche, or do like startup finance, for example. But our students can also take classes at Olin School of Engineering and Wellesley College, and those are our partner schools for students who want to take higher level liberal arts classes or STEM related classes to really supplement their business education at Babson. One of my favorite things to talk about for Babson is our Foundations of Management and Entrepreneurship. This is the class where we call it FME for short. And literally, this is a class where we give students up to $3,000 to $4,000 to start their own company their very first year in college. So if you kind of look at the graphic right here, so you're and developing, and then you're actually launching and managing your business. And then towards the end of your first year at Babson, you're liquidating and you're ending your company. So typically these companies have CEOs, CFO, head marketing, operations, or if you want to take another route, you can do like project manager, head of communications. It really depends what you want to do. But some of my favorite companies currently who are just this ended a few weeks ago, I had a student who did ebooks for children. So students can customize the characters, the language, the different colors in the booklets. I had a student who wanted to raise equality for women's rights. So they sold necklaces out of sterling silver, and all the profits go to a charity of their choice. I had another student who did bracelets, and she wanted to tackle sustainability, and she put seeds into her bracelet. So the idea was like, if you lost your bracelet in a park somewhere, something would grow out of it. But students unfortunately don't get to keep the money coming from their FME business. They have to donate all of that to a charity of their choice. And to this date, we've donated almost $500,000. Thinking more a little bit Babson in terms of career outcomes. So we were very fortunate, 6 months out of graduation, about 99% of our students are full-time employed. $62,000 is the average starting rate for our students. And while students are employed mostly out of 6 months out of college, this process usually happens as early as your first year in college at Babson. It's very common for students to have internships as early as the first summer at Babson, and really landing and accepting job offers towards the end of their junior year, all through their senior year. So typically what numbers have shown us is while students are like literally sitting waiting for their diploma, over 75% of our students have already accepted a job offer, which really shows to tell that our students are really utilizing the different resources on campus, really understanding the curriculum, how to be a successful applicant in the competitive world of business. But to learn more about Babson, here are the different tools that you can utilize. You can find a lot of information on our Instagram. Our students do live tours, takeovers. You can find a lot of the dorm room tours on our YouTube video as well. But thank you so much for tuning in for Babson.
Awesome, thank you. The next representative is from Swarthmore College.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining. I'm just taking a second to share my screen before I get started. Okay, so welcome to Swarthmore College. I'll start by introducing myself. My name's Natalie Gaynor. I am an admissions counselor, and I also am an alum of Swarthmore. I graduated in 2015, so you can feel free to ask me questions both about my time in admissions or as a student. You'll notice that I am not the representative for New York. I'm covering for a wonderful colleague of mine, Brenna, but you can always feel free to reach out to me and I will connect you with your appropriate territory manager. I'll start with a sort of bird's eye view of Swarthmore College. We are a private college of liberal arts, sciences, and engineering. And we're a really diverse place. We're about 45% domestic students of color, about 13% international students, and about 21% first generation to college students. But something that all of those students have in common is that they're really intellectually curious. Swarthmore has a really strong emphasis on academic exploration and interdisciplinarity and academic rigor. So we have over 40 programs of study, and we have a really long history and commitment to social justice. We were founded by Quakers who really believe the idea that everyone should have a seat at the table when it comes to education. And you see that play out today in a lot of our policies and resources on campus. And we're located about 11 miles southwest of Philadelphia. So we have a great location. Our campus itself is actually officially an arboretum. We're located in the suburbs of Philadelphia, but we have a train station on our campus that will take you right into Center City, Philadelphia. So as I said, we're a really interdisciplinary place, and we encourage that as a liberal arts college. We actually ask all of our students, regardless of their major, to take 3 courses in the humanities, 3 in the social sciences, and 3 in the natural sciences in order to encourage you to explore a little bit. We have a lot of programs and majors that are preset interdisciplinary programs, but we also have the option to design your own major. That's actually what I did as a student. I created a major in dance anthropology, but you'll see any number of combinations across different fields of study at Swarthmore. We do offer a 4-year ABET accredited engineering major, which is pretty rare for a liberal arts college. Our engineering program is pretty unique for a lot of different reasons. So if you want to learn more about engineering at SWAT, please feel free to reach out to me. But what I will say is that it's a really great example of how we sort of imbue the liberal arts in everything we do at Swarthmore. So the core of our engineering degree is this idea that in order to be an engineer, you have to learn how to solve human problems. And so you have to understand those problems themselves first. So maybe you go take an English literature class to understand how to write that academic paper you want to eventually publish and how to communicate with an editor. Or maybe you take an anthropology class because you want to understand how these different engineering programs manifest themselves in different cultures. And we think that's going to make our engineers stronger, as well as our English lit majors and our anthropologists stronger. We also have really strong pre-professional advising. So we have pre-med and pre-law concentrations at Swarthmore. These are tracks and not majors. So you would pursue these tracks while majoring in whatever else you want to pursue. And those students have excellent results. Our medical school acceptance rate is about twice the national average, and our law school acceptance rate is also well above the national average. But what I think is really cool is that students are able to pursue their other academic interests while pursuing these tracks. So I actually had a friend who also designed her own major in circus arts at Swarthmore, but all the while she was on the pre-med track and she ended up in medical school the year after graduating. And we also have a really unique honors program. It is unique for a lot of different reasons. It's not something that you are chosen for based on your accomplishments. It's something that you opt into because you want to go extremely in depth into a particular topic within your field of study. And students who choose to pursue honors actually have external examinations at the end of their time at Swarthmore, where we bring in experts in your field to campus to examine you on what you've learned throughout the course of your 4 years. So for example, we've brought in the head of the World Bank for honors economics exams. We've brought in the curator of the Louvre in Paris for honors art history exams. And our students get this really unique opportunity to sit side by side with an expert in their field and challenge their ideas a little bit. So if all of this sounds really awesome to you, but you're not sure where to start, that's totally fine, because something that we do at Swarthmore is require all of our students to have a pass-fail per semester. This means that your GPA is not going to be impacted by any of the classes you take that first semester, because you're not going to receive a letter grade on your transcript. And we do that largely because we really want to focus on students transitioning into college in a way that works for them. We understand that we're a really academically rigorous place, and we don't want you staying up till 4 a.m. for the difference between an A and a B+ on an exam. Beyond that, we want to make sure that our students are supported throughout their time at the college. So we have a really large wealth of resources to support our students on campus. We're actually an entirely cash-free campus. You don't pay out of pocket for anything at Swarthmore, whether that is everyday things like printing and laundry, all the way up to large-scale events. So for example, I got to see Toni Morrison speak for free my junior year at Swarthmore. I got to go to a lot of free dance performances, and I got to see my friends perform and go to their games. So you have all of these resources across campus that you don't have to pay out of pocket for. And we have a lot of other resources across campus to make sure that our students find community and find support throughout all of our academic programs. So I know we're running short on time, so I'll run through these facts and figures a little bit quickly, but you can see that our students end up in a really wide range of places and go into a really wide range of fields. And if you are interested in Swarthmore and would like to apply, we want to make sure that you are able to do this. You can visit swatpass.swarthmore.edu if you would like to see if you qualify for a fee waiver. And from there, you can always reach out to us at admissions@swarthmore.edu with any questions. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Very helpful information. Thank you. Just a friendly reminder that if you have any questions at all, to feel free to submit those through the Q&A. Our representatives are here and available to answer any questions you have. And if you have a specific question, to please also note the school name. The next representative is from Case Western Reserve University.
Thank you so much. I decided I actually am going to share so that you all have a little visual to go along. Don't have to just stare just at me during the course of this presentation. But my name is Eric Sustar. I'm an admission counselor at Case Western Reserve University. Thank you so much for joining us this evening to learn more about these different colleges and universities. Case Western Reserve is a place that thinks beyond the possible. And this motto is not lip service, it's real and authentic and intentional. And we put resources behind this idea. Resources come in many different forms. It could be the students like yourselves who are attracted to Case Western Reserve, who push each other to achieve greater and greater heights. It could be our faculty, experts in their fields who are actively conducting research and teach you day in and day out. Or it could be physical resources on our campus, like our facilities, which include the Think Box. The Sears Think Box is our makerspace on campus. And it's actually the largest open access makerspace on any university campus in the nation. It's 7 stories and over 50,000 square feet and full of all the tools, tech, and expertise that you can imagine. And it actually kind of walks you through the process of starting your own company. The first couple of floors are dedicated to the idea creation phase of the process. The next 3 floors are fully dedicated to the makerspace, where you have the 3D printers, the laser cutters, the water jet cutters, the metalworking and woodworking machines. And then the last couple of floors are dedicated to getting that idea off the ground. We have our launch net, which I like to compare to a boot camp for Shark Tank, if you've ever seen that show, where they would help you find funding and investors and teach you how to handle a pitch meeting. All of those things you need to know if you wanted to be an entrepreneur and start a small business, bring a product to the market. And then the last floor is dedicated to the workspace, where, as an undergraduate student, you probably don't want to do all of your work out of your dorm room or can afford to rent office space. And this is a place where you could come and grow that business, that startup company that you're thinking of. So the Sears Think Box offers a lot of great opportunities and a great example of what we offer our students. And this leads to student success. All of the great resources we have within 6 months of graduation, our students are engaged in their long-term goals. Many of them are employed full-time. Of those students, 80% are employed in a position directly related to their major. So they're getting hired in jobs they went to school for. Many of them go on to graduate or professional school, be it getting their master's, PhDs, going to med school, law school, dental school, you name it. They're successful upon graduation because they get a firm foundation in academics at Case Western Reserve. We have over 100 different academic programs at the undergraduate level. These are some broad categories of some of the majors we offer. But what's important to note that we have what's called a single door admission policy. So while you will list the intended majors on your application, when you're admitted to Case Western Reserve, you're admitted through a single door to the entire university. So let's say you're interested in engineering. You're not just applying to the Case School of Engineering, you're applying to Case Western Reserve University, which means not only do you have access to the Case School of Engineering, but you have access to all of the other majors that we offer. So let's say you want to be an entrepreneur. You could combine engineering with something in our Weatherhead School of Management, and that would be perfectly fine. Again, you have full access to all of the majors we offer, which is very exciting for students. Beyond just education in the classroom, we prioritize education outside the classroom, and largely that comes through research. We are one of the top 20 federally funded research institutions, and many students take advantage of this. Most recently, 84% of our undergraduate students will do at least one research or creative endeavor by the time they graduate. This student pictured here, Chris Carr, did a research experience in Arizona at the Kitt Peak National Observatory the summer before he graduated. And while he was there, he discovered a galaxy. How cool is that as an undergraduate student to be able to put that on your resume? When he came back to Case Western Reserve for his senior year, he was able to interview Neil deGrasse Tyson, the renowned astrophysicist, on his campus radio show, which is also really cool. So again, very, very cool opportunities for students. And this all happens in Cleveland, Ohio. Case Western Reserve is located in Cleveland, Ohio. We're about 5 miles outside of downtown Cleveland in a neighborhood called University Circle. And our neighborhood is the cultural center of the region, as well as a medical epicenter. You can see that we're surrounded by museums and hospitals, which really add to the experience that you'd have on our campus. Our students take advantage of these, whether they're looking to do research or clinicals or even courses. If you were taking an art history course, that would be taught by one of our professors at the Cleveland Museum of Art. So you have really cool partnerships with these nearby institutions, which are in walking distance of our campus. So again, a lot to offer, a lot of resources available to you. And on our campus, there's a lot of organizations to be a part of. We have over 200 student organizations, over 50 performing arts groups. Again, lots and lots of ways to connect with students and to make sure you have a fulfilling experience at Case Western Reserve. But it is important, right? It does begin somewhere. And for us, in the application process, We have a few different application deadlines to consider. So November 1st is our first deadline, which is early action or early decision 1. December 1st is for our pre-professional scholars program. That's our conditional admission to our School of Medicine or School of Dental Medicine, depending on which one you apply to. So if you know you want to become a doctor or a dentist, that might be something to explore. And we have January 15th, which is our deadline for regular decision or early decision 2. It's important to note that we're test optional for this past year, but also for the next 2 years. So that will be the case for at least the next 2 years, if not further into the future. And we do have merit-based scholarships as well as need-based financial aid for students to apply for. And need-based financial aid means that we meet 100% of demonstrated need for all admitted students. So definitely take a look at the information available. I'll be sure to send my information as well as information to our other sessions through the chat.
Great, thank you. We really appreciate it. The next representative is from the University of Michigan.
Thank you, Catherine. I'm going to share my screen real quick. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you all for being here tonight. My name is Jody Gore, and I'm Assistant Director of Undergraduate Admissions and Manager of National Recruitment. Thank you for the opportunity to share with you information about the University of Michigan. I'm very excited to be joined tonight by my colleague, David Betts. David is from our College of Engineering. He is actually available to answer any questions that you have specific to the College of Engineering. If you want to share those in the chat, he'll be happy to take those for you. So thanks, David, for being here to help with those. We're coming to you tonight from Ann Arbor, Michigan. I'm a little biased, but I think Ann Arbor is the greatest place on the planet Earth. We have a wonderful city here, so much for our students to take advantage of. Great cultural center, a center for the arts, great restaurants, wonderful outdoor recreation possibilities, a beautiful arboretum that nestles up to the Huron River, and so much for our students to benefit from. We have an open campus in Ann Arbor. That means we don't have any fences or walls around our campus. Our students can freely move from off campus to on campus very easily, often not even sometimes realizing when they've made the move back and forth. Now, we bring students to Ann Arbor from all 50 states and about 100 different countries. We have about 2,000 students from the state of New York, with the majority of those students coming from New York City, Westchester, or Long Island. Great representation from Brooklyn Tech every year. We have about 31,000 total undergraduate students. We are a large public research institution. We do not apologize for that. We think we offer a lot of opportunity to our students as a result of our size. And those 31,000 students are studying in 14 individual schools and colleges here at Michigan. You do have to apply to a specific school or college, and we have 7 that admit freshmen. I'm going to share our brochure in the chat right now that will have a list of our 280 different majors. We have a tremendous amount of academic opportunity here for our students, and each of those 14 schools and colleges have their own degree requirements. That means we do not have a common core curriculum here at Michigan. Our students get a lot of flexibility in determining how they make up their degrees here, and you get a lot of opportunity to explore different areas where you have interest here at Michigan. And again, that is something a big school can offer you, and we're really proud that we have that opportunity. Though we are a large public research institution, our faculty to student ratio is about 15-1. So you get to work with you'll get to work with faculty inside and outside of the classroom. They will be mentors for you. You'll get to form great relationships with the faculty here. A couple of other areas where I think Michigan will stand out compared to maybe some other schools that you're considering. First would be opportunities for an international experience. We send more students abroad than just about any school or college in the country, with over 200 formal programs, but you're certainly not limited by those 200 programs. If you'd like to go abroad for research or an internship possibility, or even an opportunity for service. We usually have around 60 or so alternative spring break opportunities for students in many situations where they will go abroad as well. We are a strong program, a strong school for entrepreneurship. We don't just do entrepreneurship in business or in engineering though. We entrepreneurship opportunities for students in our liberal arts college and students in our School of Music, Theater, and Dance as well. And we are the #1 public research institution in America. If research is something that you would like to get involved in as an undergraduate, there's certainly lots of opportunities for you to do that here at Michigan in the research that we're already doing. Last year, we had about 1,300 freshmen get involved in that research through our formal undergraduate research opportunity program. However, you're not limited to that. And it is important to note that we do research in all 19 schools and colleges that make up the University of Michigan. So we're doing research related to all different majors in all different areas here at the university. We have a great campus and student life experience here, featuring over 22 residence halls and 13 very popular living learning communities, including our honors program in our liberal arts college and our residential college as well. We have about 1,600 registered student organizations. Right now, again, big school, lots of different possibilities to find communities here at the University of Michigan. A great center for the arts. Michigan has always been somewhat of a sub for social justice. And of course, we are very proud of opportunities for our students to get involved in areas where they have interest and really to continue to display those leadership opportunities. Now, we're also very proud of our athletic prowess here at Michigan. Division I, one of the most successful programs in the country. We have a very school-spirited population here at Michigan. Something where we're all proud to wear our maize and blue on game days and get behind our team. And if you're thinking that the pandemic may have kept us down this year, it has not. Been a very successful year in terms of athletics with our basketball team getting to the Elite Eight, winning the Big Ten championship this year. So shared that link in there with more information, but we're happy to be here, and thanks for the opportunity to share information about Michigan.
Great, thank you. Just another friendly reminder that if you have any questions at all, to feel free to submit those through the Q&A. Any questions at all about the college application process or even about a specific school, to also submit those questions in through the Q&A. And we strongly encourage you, if you have a specific question, to also note the school name. The next representative is from Columbia College, Chicago.
Hi there, thank you so much. Let me go ahead and share my screen for everyone. All right, perfect. Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. Hope everyone's doing well. My name is Yesenia Sanchez. I'm one of the National Admissions Officers here at Columbia College, Chicago. And I also am an alum from class of 2019, originally from New Jersey, and moved out to Chicago when it was my time to go to Columbia, and then pretty much stayed. What I'm gonna do is just give you some foundational information about our school. We are a college for creatives in downtown Chicago, in the South Loop neighborhood of Chicago. Columbia is a school that combines creative and media arts, liberal arts, and business expertise. Through really our curriculum, you'll get to experience rigorous academics, hands-on learning, a lot of collaboration, and career preparation. We incorporate business, marketing, and entrepreneur skills into your education, really because we think that these skills are transferable and can really prepare you for countless paths within your industry. We are home to around 7,000 students, mostly undergraduate, with a small population in graduate students. And in fall 2020, we did welcome in around 1,700 new students, that's freshmen and transfer students, onto the campus. We are proud to offer small class sizes and low faculty to student ratio. Our average class size is about 18 students. As with any average, of course, there are some larger classes which are typically in the first year for some foundational courses, while some of your more specialized and advanced classes will be even smaller than 18 sometimes. Now, because we are a college for creatives, our goal really is to foster a creative learning environment for our students. On the slide here, you're going to see some examples of our facilities that we offer to our students that they are able to utilize in their experience. An environment that it really isn't just in classes, but extends also to clubs, residence centers, and really the city of Chicago itself. We really do understand the creative students and want to provide them what they need. Students have access to these different facilities to really put their skills to work and expand your portfolio. I always tell my students, you got to make sure to utilize everything you have access to during your time at Columbia, learn from everyone and everything. Now, we have over 60 majors and programs at Columbia College Chicago in fields like visual arts, performing arts, media and digital arts, communication and writing, music and sound, and business and management. Really, if any of these are what you're interested in, you'll be able to get some great details and also even breakdowns of how the curriculum looks at colum.edu/majors to see if this is the right program for you. We also offer some select BFA and BMUS programs that are more credit intensive and really have a little bit of different requirements to apply into, but you can receive more details if you're interested in one of those. Now, our students, faculty members, and alumni really have a great presence in Chicago's creative workplace. We are very big and very career focused. Career preparation is integrated from the very first day that you're at Columbia. Not just at the end of your college journey when you're thinking about, oh snap, I gotta get a job. We incorporate it from the very beginning. It occurs both in and out of the classroom with many career services at our career center, and you're able to utilize all the resources they offer, from mock interviews to helping you build your resume, cover letters, portfolios, business cards, helping with your branding as a whole. As students really build their bodies of work, staff in the Career Center really are there to provide individual career counseling, and it is one of the biggest parts of why we feel students have access to something that can set them up for success after Columbia within their creative field. Now, students and families do have many opportunities to get to know more about Columbia, even during these virtual times. We encourage students and families to utilize the virtual tours. You'll be able to learn more about not only the facilities specific to the major that you're interested in, but our dorms, what's campus life like outside of the classroom, clubs and organizations we have going on, and the kind of events they throw. So those virtual tours are always such a great option to kind of dive in a little bit more. We always have a virtual open house, usually in November of every year. We also provide one-on-one chats with your specific admissions rep to get more details about how to apply, what do I need to hand in, and that process as a whole. So feel free to go to colum.edu/virtual to find what's going to be the right event for you in this next step of learning more about Columbia. Now, here's some of my contact info. You can always, of course, find more information about the requirements of applying at colum.edu. Our social media always has great information of what we have going on, as well as any updates, deadlines, reminders for the admissions process. So feel free to connect with us on social media. And that's all. Thank you so much. I'll make sure to drop my contact info again in the chat so that you have it. Feel free to ask any questions, y'all. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Our last representative, but certainly not least, is from the University of Tampa.
Hello, everyone. Thank you guys all so much for joining us tonight. Of course, we wanted to save the best for last. Let me just pull up my screen there. So my name is Alexandra. I'm the admissions counselor for New York State at the University of Tampa. And I just want to give you some information about UT. So first things first, of course, we're located right in downtown Tampa, which is on the west coast of the state of Florida, about an hour from Orlando and about 3 to 4 hours from Miami. Even though we're right in downtown, we still have that traditional college campus. So we like to call it an urban environment with a campus feel. You can still walk from your classes to the dorm to the dining hall without worrying about traffic, as we have no major roads that run through our campus, but you still have access to the city. It's right on the other side of that river you can see in the picture there, and it's about a 5-minute walk, and you have access to all these great restaurants, museums, internship opportunities. Of course, we have our Lightning, our NHL team, who won the Stanley Cup back in November, and I couldn't miss out on the opportunity to mention the Buccaneers, our NFL team, who won the Super Bowl in February. Both teams celebrated their wins right on the river next to campus. So of course, you might be able to come to Tampa Bay and cheer on the Rays or the Bucks and the Lightning if they win again next year. So some information about the school itself. We are a medium-sized university with just under 10,000 students. We have students from all 50 states and over 130 different countries. So we really are an international university. You'll be meeting students from all over the world right here on campus. We are private, meaning we're the same price for in-state and out-of-state students. We're independent, meaning we have no religious or political affiliation, although we do have a chapel on campus that's available for anyone to use, and we are a liberal arts school. So outside of your major, you'll be taking classes in a variety of different subjects. We just like to see our students graduate with a well-rounded education. We are NCAA Division II, and we have 20 varsity sports, pretty much every major sport except for football. If you're interested in playing, let me know. I'd be happy to connect you with one of the coaches. We were also rated a top-tier regional university in the South by US News and World Report, and we were also rated best college location in Florida. Tampa is just a really cool city to be in. There's so many different opportunities both on and off campus. So some information about our academic side of things. Our average class size is 22 students, so probably something you're used to in high school. We do not have any giant lecture halls here at UT. Our largest classroom only holds 85 seats, and that would be for a special guest lecture only. Our faculty to student ratio is 1:17, and all of our classes are taught by professors. None are taught by TAs or grad students. They're all very accessible as well. They all hold office hours outside of their classroom hours. 90% of our faculty have a PhD or terminal degree, so you'll be learning from the best of the best. Many of them even still work in their fields, so they can be great resources when it comes to finding internship opportunities. We do have over 200 areas of study to choose from, so there's plenty of options. You could certainly pick up a minor or a double major, and I'm happy to answer any major related questions if you want to send me an email after tonight so we can chat more one-on-one. We really push for an experiential education here at UT. So we want our students to get that real world hands-on opportunity, kind of that learn by doing mentality. So even starting as early as freshman year, you'll have so many different research opportunities during your undergraduate experience. You can see in some of the pictures there ways that students can get involved outside of the classroom. We do have one of the top nursing programs in the state of Florida, as we've had 100% pass rate on the NCLEX in 7 out of the last 8 years. So you can see our mock hospital for our nursing students in that top left picture. Across from that, we have our pitch room. So similar to the show Shark Tank, we have our own pitch competition every semester. Local Tampa Bay investors come in and listen to students' ideas, inventions, whatever it may be. And every semester, we have 1 or 2 students that actually win and receive funding to make our ideas come to life. We have our Fab Lab with our 3D printers and laser cutters for design and digital art students, our Marine Science Field Station for marine and environmental science students, and we also have our Financial Trading Center for business students who trade live stocks in real time. Of course, there's tons of internship opportunities here at UT. Being right in downtown Tampa and actually being the only school in downtown Tampa, you definitely have a big leg up on the competition when it comes to applying to those internships. Our Career Services Office holds different networking events and career fairs every semester, so you can get to know some of the local employers. We do offer over 1,000 different study abroad programs to choose from. The traditional semester abroad, or one that I love to talk about, is the travel courses, so which you take here on campus, and then over summer or winter break, you travel to that country with your professor and classmates. So still a great option if you don't want to leave for the full semester. On campus, we have over 27 different dining options, right a part of your meal plan, everything including Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, Dairy Queen, our Ultimate Dining Cafeteria, and many other options. We also have over 300 clubs and organizations for students to get involved with, everything from academic-based clubs, hobby-based clubs, student government, Greek life. The beach club is one of our most popular clubs, the skydiving club, the scuba diving club, so you can definitely find something that you're interested in here at UT. Also, lots of cultural-based groups, some religious-based groups. So whatever you want to be involved in, you can find that here at UT. A little bit about our application information. So we have 2 rounds of early action. These are both non-binding, so we do not have early decision here at UT. Our first deadline is in November 15th with the decision about a month later, and then early action 2 in January with the decision also a month later, then a regular decision deadline in March, but we do accept applications on a rolling basis. And finally, what we'll need in your application is your official high school transcript, personal essay, and at least 1 recommendation letter, and we are test optional through spring of 2023. So for my juniors applying for fall of 2022, we will not be requiring your SAT scores. And again, I'll drop my contact information in the chat, but thank you guys all so much. I hope you enjoyed tonight, and I look forward to speaking with you all.
Great, thank you. All great information shared. And appreciate all the just everything so far. So thank you. We do have a few minutes left, and so we will go ahead now at this time pivot into our Q&A portion of this session. I invite all the representatives to please turn on their cameras to get ready to unmute. And our first question here is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? Again, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And if you all can start in the same order in which you all presented in.
Hi, Brian. Thank you, Catherine. My advice for students to go through the college search process, I know there's a lot of information out there, a lot of different things to consider. My little piece of tidbit would be really remembering how you feel when you think about the different institutions and when you visit the different institution, when you get a chance to. I really rely on the gut feeling where you're excited. So whatever school makes you excited and say, oh, what about that? Or what about that? Chances are that might be your home for the next 4 years.
Hi everyone, I think I'm next. My biggest piece of advice is just to remember to take deep breaths and know that you will get through it eventually, and to remember to take care of yourself throughout the process.
Everyone, so my piece of advice is to not focus so much on demonstrated interest, but to think about those opportunities to demonstrate interest as opportunities to research and learn more about the university. So there's lots and lots of opportunities out there, but definitely use those as ways to learn more and help you make up your mind later.
Popular thing that I like to share recently is just, if you have a question, call us and ask us. Don't rely on social media. Don't go on College Confidential at all. There's just a lot of bad information out there in the realm of the internet. So if you have questions, just call us and ask us. It's the best way to get the best information.
And if I could jump in with the second opinion, try to figure out what your decision-making criteria is. In that, why are you looking for the particular school that you think you're looking for? This panel today is represented by a variety of institutions with different strengths, different sizes, and trying to determine, wait, why am I interested in school X can take you a long way.
Awesome. My advice would be treat it as the investment that it is. When I say that, I mean ask your questions, because it is time, energy, and money you will be putting into this institution and your career. So treat it as the investment that it is. Thanks.
I would say my piece of advice is, if possible, definitely go and visit the school. As some of my colleagues mentioned, it really is about the right fit. And so if you're able to step foot on campus and find that, you actually see yourself there, or there's just something not quite right about it, it's not the right school for you. And that's totally fine. It's all about finding what's right for you.
And I couldn't agree more with all of that great advice. Thank you so much to our representatives for being here, for sharing your insight, and also for just sharing information about your respective institution. Again, all great information shared, and so we thank you for your time. And thank you to each of you for joining us. We have now reached the conclusion of this session. As we close, there'll be a very quick 4-question survey that will appear on your browser. If you don't mind taking a moment to fill that out for us, your feedback will be extremely helpful. There are more sessions like this one, so feel free to sign up for more college presentations being offered like this at the same place where you registered. And lastly, this session is recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Brooklyn Tech. Again, thank you all and have a great night.